Are the core set 2011 Titans still good, even after a decade of power creep? Is Tiamat the best giant commander? That's what we're gonna find out today. So here's our 5-color giant deck, and I'm pretty hyped for this deck because it's built around one of my favorite creature cycles of all time, the Titan cycle from M11. So all these creatures just came to Arena for the first time in Historic Anthology. In Sun Titan, Frost Titan, Grave Titan, Inferno Titan, Primeval Titan, they are the rare cycle of creatures from an entire decade ago that still actually holds up today. If you look at most creatures from the late 2000s, early 2010s, they're just bad now. Even great ones like Tarmogoyf, Dark Confidant, they're not good anymore, but it turns out being 6 mana 6/6s with a keyword, an ETB trigger, and an attack trigger means the Titans are still pretty good, even after more than a decade of power creep in 2023. So as soon as I saw these cards were coming to Arena, I knew I wanted to build a Historic Brawl deck, build around all of them. The question was, what direction do you go? Obviously you're 5-color, but what ties these cards together? And eventually I realized they're all giants. So we're 5-color giant tribal, and there's actually a bunch of reasons to play a bunch of giants in Historic Brawl. So we get sweepers like Cyclone Summoner, Realm Cloak Giant, Battle of Frost and Fire that only destroy non-giant creatures, so we can use these to get rid of our opponent's board. Our giants can swing in and win the game. Calamity Bear doubles our damage. Aegir draws us cards. We get giant theme removal like Giant's Grasp to steal creatures. Squash becomes pretty efficient if we have a giant. Fire Giant's Fury can draw us a bunch of cards. And Giants is like the best reflections of the Lajara tribe. This was a card I was pretty excited for when it was first previewed because it kind of looks like a Panharmonicon that lets you keep the creature rather than just doubling its ETB trigger. But it turns out there's a lot of legends these days. So my experience is you just play this and then legend rule yourself a bunch, and it's actually really sad. But there's very few legendary giants, so it's the perfect tribe to make this card work. So that's the plan of the deck. You got the Titans, you got the giant tribal stuff, Reflections, Lajara, all the sweet synergies. The next question is, what is our commander gonna be? And it turns out there's no 5-color giant commander. There's no Morophon or anything in existence on Magic Arena. So I was scrolling through all the 5-color commanders on Arena, and eventually it struck me, wait, the perfect commander for this deck exists, and that is Tiamat. And I hear you wondering, wait, isn't Tiamat a dragon commander? Yes, normally it is. Tiamat's a 7-drop 5-color dragon commander that when it ETBs, you get to search up 5 dragon cards and put them in your hand. Well, I realized we can just take and turn all of our Titans into dragons with Maskwood Nexus that just turns all of our creatures into all creature types. So then we can play Tiamat and we can get all 5 of the Titans at once. So Maskwood Nexus into Tiamat, get Sun Titan, Frost Titan, Inferno Titan, Grave Titan, Primeval Titan, and now we have all these super powerful 6/6s that'll hopefully win us the game. But it gets even better because we have Maskwood Nexus on the battlefield. So then we can cast Primeval Titan. That can get us the World Tree. The World Tree is a land that has this ability where you can pay 2 mana of each color, sack it, and search up any number of god cards and put them on the battlefield. Well, all of our giants will also be gods thanks to Maskwood Nexus. So we Tiamat into Primeval Titan into the World Tree into our entire deck. That puts like 25 giants into play and wins us the game right away in the jankiest, giantest way possible. That's the plan of the deck. Find Maskwood Nexus, we got a bunch of tutors for it. Play Tiamat to get all 5 Titans. Play Primeval Titan to get the World Tree. Activate World Tree to put all of our giants into play. Kill our opponent on the spot. So how good is Tiamat as a giant commander? How good are the Titans in 2023 on Magic Arena? Let's jump into some games and find out. Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoy it, and I'll be back in a bit for the wrap up. Need some Magic cards? Well, you can snag them from our sponsor, Card Kingdom, over at cardkingdom.com/MTGGoldfish. It is Tiamat Giants time. Playing some Titan Tribal? All the Titans. Let's see if this actually works the way we're hoping. Well, we got the Maskwood Nexus in hand, so I mean that is kind of the entire gimmick of our deck. So we're definitely keeping this hand just because we have Maskwood. Otherwise, I guess we got a Farewell. Counterspell is like reasonable. We can like turn 1 MDFC, turn 2 Hall of the Storm Giant. Yeah. This Shatter Skull Charger not looking super good at the moment, but we'll see. Opponent's on Aragon. Aragon can be pretty scary. It's one of those ooh, all right, that's actually a very good draw. Cultivate is real nice here. Aragon's one of those commanders that if you can untap with it, it can really go off. Zimone. Yeah, we're not gonna We're not going to counter that. I think our main plan is keep Argon off the battlefield. Grim Tutor. A little less necessary since we have the Maskwood Nexus, but all right, let's cultivate. We probably got to get white for Farewell, and then black and red are the colors we're missing. We need red for this charger, but we're not super concerned with casting the charger at the moment. Yeah, black-white is fine. So in a perfect world, we can counter the first Aragon and then Farewell the second Aragon. Battle for Bertigard. All right, gonna make some tokens. I guess in an Aragon deck, anything that's multiple colors is likely to show up. When it hits us, sure. Down to 22. Cold Steel Hot. Yeah, let's play that on black for Grim Tutor. We do have the World Tree in here too, so we could potentially find the World Tree for perfect mana. All right, opponent. I assume they're gonna run out of Argon here, and we are definitely countering that. Like, our opponent untapping with Argon, we could easily just die in one turn. Kind of what Argon does. All right, there's Argon. Yeah. I think we will not deal with that yet. Next turn, what are we just playing? Maskwood Nexus? We are up to 6 mana. So we're only 1 land away from Tiamat, and that means Titan time. Mox Amber, sure. Opponent gets in, hits us. Down to 20. So the main game plan, Maskwood, Tiamat, all the Titans. I think we just get down Maskwood and hope. Our opponent could replay Argon this turn, but if they do, then we just Farewell and our opponent's gonna be very sad. We can Farewell and just not name artifacts, I guess, to keep with the Maskwood Nexus. All right, opponent hits a land. Oh boy, here comes Argon. Oh, this is gonna be a blowout. Oh, the problem now is, does our opponent scoop? Oh, there's a land too. Well, I think we gotta Farewell first. We're just gonna Farewell creatures out of here and then play the tap land. And I mean, now we're at 17, pretty high life total. We got the Maskwood Nexus. We get to Tiamat on an empty board. Can our opponent be every Titan? That's always what we get. We don't even think about it with Tiamat. Opponent's gonna ramp. We don't even think. We just Grave Titan, Sun Titan, Frost Titan, Inferno Titan, Primeval Titan, all 5. That's the only way we have to think, is if we draw one of those. Otherwise, we just auto snap it off. The problem is our opponent did leave up blue mana. So I think it's actually wiser here to make Tiamat uncounterable. So let's pass, and we can flash in Theris and make our Tiamat uncounterable. And that'll also make all of our other, it'll also ramp us into Tiamat and make all of our other Titans uncounterable. Opponent, Argon's back, sure. This time it's gonna stick, but we get to make a board. Expensive things, 1 cheaper. We also get to make a shapeshifter. Expensive things, 1 cheaper, and uncounterable. So now we Tiamat. Tiamat going to get us what it's always gonna get us. Sun Titan, Frost Titan, Grave Titan, Inferno Titan, Primeval Titan. The 5 Titans are here, and I guess we can get in for 4. So it's still scary. Like, Argon can just get so big so quick. We're gonna discard the tutor. We don't really need a tutor anymore. Thankfully, Argon does not have trample. That is the downside. Like, on an empty board, it's, Hamnath. On an empty board, it's super frightening, but our opponent's board is not empty. So, as scary as Argon gets, this little tutu giant can take care of it. Opponent, yeah, gonna do Omnath things, hit us. 1, 2, 3. They actually have enough lands Omnath is on too. All right. Boromir, sure, makes a token. Argon is a strong card. Thankfully, we managed to stop it twice. Opponent gets in. Well, do your thing, little giant. Maskwood Nexus might just be a good card. The token actually relevant here. It let us tutor up all the Titans with Tiamat and token keeping us alive. Oh, this is so awkward. But I think we dig up just to get a forest. What Titan are we gonna play? We might just want to get down Grave Titan to just clog up the board a bit. Long term, Frost Titan, we want to get down Primeval Titan to get us World Tree, to get us all the giants. Yeah, I think we just do the Grave Titan thing. All right, feeling relatively stable now. Even with the Argon out, like, we just have enough blockers, and we can keep making Maskwood Nexus giants. Are we attacking? We're not playing Tiamat because we want to win by beating down with it, but we're also going to win by beating down eventually. Yeah, let's get in. Let's leave back the Tiamat. Hilariously, we're kind of okay with it dying because then we can just cast it and tutor up 5 more giants. We have literally 0 dragons in our deck, just so that's clear. Without Masquid Nexus, Tiamat is a mascot. About it. Amara pumps the Aragon, sure. And Shauna, ooh, 3 modes. All right, I mean, I guess if they can cast enough red spells, we could get burnt out eventually. So opponent, token, scry, and pump. Man, imagine if Argon gave trample. That would be a card. I mean, it's already a card, but wow, if they gave trample, we'd be so dead. Thankfully, it does not. So, ooh, Deputy of Detention. Oh, this is interesting. Do they go after the zombie tokens? 2 to the top. If you clear the zombie tokens, you can get in the biggest attack this turn. They're just gonna hit Grave Titan. That makes sense, except they know we have Inferno Titan in hand, which can just get it back. Attacks. Well, let's make our mini giant. And then Tiamat will kill Boromir. Chump with a zombie. And Tiamat dying is actually fine. Like I said, we can recast it if we need to, although we already have our best giants in hand, so we're probably just gonna be casting Primeval Titans. Definitely grabbing World Tree, and then I guess whatever. So I mean, that's kind of the full combo. It's like Masquid Nexus, so Tiamat can tutor up the 5 Titans, Primeval Titan to tutor up World Tree to put literally all the giants into play. It's such a funny plan. I wish we had an untapped land though. There is a downside to having everything cost 6 or I guess 5 at the moment, but yeah, do we play? Oh, we can't even kick it? Oh, it's 5 to kick? Yeah, I guess we just pass and make another Masquid Nexus giant. I mean, next turn though, we get to do, like, all we gotta do is live here and we win. Because World Tree activation with Masquid, ooh, I don't even know what that card does, but it triggers Argon a lot. What does that do? Oh, seeks, whenever a creature enters the battlefield, seek a land only once each turn. Okay, sure. I guess the land triggers Omnath. Like, even if our Primeval Titan dies at this point, we don't really care. We just have to not die. So opponent gets in, Amara triggers. We get to make a 2/2 giant. Little mini Titan. All right, opponent seeks land, puts it into play, triggers Omnath. You block there. We just need to pretty much soak up as much damage as possible, I think. Block, block, block. Well, I guess we're actually not taking that much. We're taking 3? And we're not losing... Okay, yeah. Shire Terrace. Triggers Omnath, throws a card. Well, unless our opponent can do something big post-combat, I think we survive, and then World Tree should do it. All right, opponent. Key to the Archive is pretty ridiculous, but it means we live, and that's all that matters here. Okay, let's put all the giants into play. Here we go. So we could do it at instant speed, but I think we should just do it now. I think we actually just win. So World Tree. How many giants do we get? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not even caring or looking. We're taking all the giants. We're taking all the giants. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 giants. Here they come, trigger, Prophetic Titan you. And I mean, this is just game, right? This is just game. Yes, so good. So as these triggers resolve, one of them's gonna be Cyclone Summoner. That's gonna bounce all of our opponent's stuff, and then we have some haste giants, so we think we actually just have straight up lethal here. So, well, let's just keep doing that because putting all the giants into play at once is actually pretty sweet. Well, GG Aragon, GG. We are doing some titaning, playing some Tiamat, but no dragons, only giants. 5 color titans. I kind of love this deck. It's probably horrible, but boy, do I love it. So this hand, no Masquid Nexus, but we can just ramp into, we have 2 of our titans in hand, so we can just ramp into Sun Titan and Inferno Titan, hopefully, which are pretty good cards. Yeah, let's Croxia. Croxia Sun Titan, kind of a combo. Just keep getting it back, making you discard. I actually have really come around on Chromatic Lantern index like this on Arena. So I feel like in Commander, I don't value Chromatic Lantern very much because I think with fetches, you can have perfect mana without playing it and you can play better mana rocks. On Arena though, no fetches, so I actually really like Chromatic Lantern. I play it in all my 5-color decks. All right, also the Celestis. That's another 3-mana rock that I play in pretty much all my decks. All right, Chromatic Lantern, please don't counter it. Fairy Mastermind, sure, that's looking like a juicy Inferno Titan target. And, ooh, Nisa. Ooh, that's a good Nisa. All right, well, this might hurt a little bit. We'll see. Quakebringer. Quakebringer is a good giant, but I think we need to ramp into our Titans here. We need to get down Inferno Titan. So we got a Celestis. We'll wait on Quakebringer. Ooh, they got the fetch. All right, hopefully this Elemental's not too good. What's the scariest? Maybe just, well, Risen Reef, Omnath. We're probably fine though. Like, Inferno Titan does come down and take down Nissa, so they're only gonna get one Elemental off of it. Cloudkin Seer, okay, that is fair. Out of all the elementals our opponent could have found, Cloudkin Elemental or Cloudkin Seer is not bad. It does draw a card, but ooh, Perennial Behemoth. So you can play lands from the graveyard. Well, we definitely need to kill Nissa because our opponent's just gonna keep playing that fetch land. So Inferno Titan, Titan number 1. Nissa down. Well, we were doing this the super fair way. No Tiamat shenanigans, no Masquid Nexus. We're just casting Titans. Just casting Titans. It's really amazing to me how well the Titans stand up in 2023. There are so few creatures from their era of Magic that are still good, and I think the Titans are one of the very few that are. All right, opponent. Quakebringer, I guess it stops the life gain from the fetch. Got him. There's a Cloudkin Seer. Well, Inferno Titan's actually great here. So we can attack and ping everything for 1, and they can't really block with the Behemoth or else it dies. Inferno Titan's actually just super good. This has been like a million for 1. All right, ping him. Opponent, would you like to block? With your 7 toughness creature. All right, opponent says no. Well, Sun Tightening Kroxa feels even better though. Like, just doing this every turn seems very annoying for our opponent to beat. Kroxa, discard. 2 Titans. Wow, we just drew him too. No tutoring, no anything, just lucked into 2 of the 5. Opponent discards a land. Kroxa down. Yeah, we're gonna, yeah, let's hold on to this smashing. We have enough mana to play everything that we want at this point anyway, and so many of our giants are like 6+ mana. Unlikely we draw something we can double spell with next turn, so we might as well hold it. We'll see if our opponent, I don't know, I feel like we're in pretty good shape here. 2 Titans is a lot. Not 5, but still pretty good. Ashaya. Ashaya is also very good. So many sweet synergies with Ashaya. I don't know if our opponent can really, can they win from here though? We're a land away from doubling the smashing. Wow, opponent scoops it up. All right, well, 2 Titans. Enough that time. That's actually the commander we played on our last Brawl video for all the land destruction deck. Don't see Nimbus Supreme that much. I'm curious. Curious to see what our opponent's doing with it. Tap land, sure. Our hand is pretty good. We got the Masquid Nexus. We got a bunch of ramp. We got a Wrath. Pretty much everything we could want. Opponent, Mind Stone, sure. Well, play the land past the turn. Next turn we get to start doing things. Opponent, Plains. No. Oh no! Oh no! Are they playing our deck? Are they playing land destruction? I didn't think anyone would actually play that deck. Oh dear. No, no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, Netherland. Wow, that's like the dream. 2 mana ramp into land destruction. Our hand was so good. No. 3 of them. Oh, this is the definition of hoisted by your own petard. No, you don't. No way. The deck never ran this well for us. 4 in a row. 4 in a row. We never got the deck to run this good. We had like the nut draw too. We had the Maskwood Nexus in hand. We had ramp to get to Tiamat. This is like our dream draw. And our opponent is, all right, it's gotten at least no land destruction this turn. Oh God, waking the trolls from Evil Titan. We might just be dead. If they just waking the trolls, I think we're dead. This is amazing. I'm actually super jealous because I don't think we had a single game with the deck. Well, we get to get down ramp finally. Yeah, let's put another land on the battlefield to play around this waking the trolls. I don't think we ever had the deck run as well as it just ran here. Like, that is literally how you draw it up. 2 mana ramp, 4 land destruction spells in a row. How do you beat that? How do you beat it? Ooh, opponent. Okay, gonna go with the Primeval Titan. Kind of surprised. I feel like waking the trolls pretty juicy right here because all those cards are lost forever. At least we're dodging the land destruction. Star of Extinction. All right, found it. I still don't know if we can get back in this game. 4 land destruction is just so many. We're trying. We're not scooping. We're fighting to the bitter end. The problem is now they can niv and flash back the Escape to the Wilds, and this Primeval Titan is just going off. We can Wrath. Come on. I know 24 is a big number, but still, how did you draw this much land destruction, opponent? Oh God. And that one you can niv. That's one of the like 2 land destruction spells you can niv back. Oh, we're so screwed. I honestly did not think anyone would actually pick up all the land destruction deck. It's such a meme. I didn't intend for people to play it. If I had known that people are actually going to play it, maybe I wouldn't have made that deck. Oh God, what are the chances? I can't even be upset. Like, this is really my fault. Oh man, the One Ring, sure. This is really my fault. If I didn't do this first, our opponent probably wouldn't be doing it. So what can I say? I will say I am jealous of just how much land destruction they drew. Like, seriously, we had some sweet wins with the deck, but this is like mind-blowingly impressive. Way better than anything we did with the deck, I think. But okay, well, at least we get a land. We can get a triome of some kind. I don't know how we get back in this game. Kind of at this point just playing it out to let our opponent do their thing, especially with the One Ring out. I don't even know. Next turn we can Wrath. We're technically not dead on board, right? We can play Quakebringer to do some blocking. Ha! How about a giant opponent? How do you like us now? How do you like us now? 7 land destruction spell deck. All right, opponent's gonna do some ramping, sure. Well, it doesn't feel as good when you're the one getting all your lands blow up, I will admit. This hand was so good, and now we're just staring at all of our combo pieces stuck in hand. In theory, we can farewell next turn, right? Actually, in practice, I'm sure that's not gonna happen, but in theory. I mean, there's no way we're winning this game at this point. Escape, sure. Oh God, Seagate Restoration, that's also really good. At this point, I'm not even sure our opponent's trying to kill us. I feel like they're trying to just blow up as many lands, and I can totally respect that. I'd probably be doing the same thing. But we might be to the scoop point. I don't see a way we can get back in this. Even with a Wrath this turn, I don't think it matters. All right, we draw land. Binding the Old God goes away. Supreme Verdict. Play the tap land. Be nice, opponent. Draw some cards. Yeah. Binding the Old Gods, gets a land. Draws with the One Ring. I mean, if they Seagate here, they're gonna have so many cards in hand. Yeah, that's probably good enough. There's no way back from this. I think there was no way back from this on like turn 4 when they cast their 3rd land destruction spell. We were on 1 land for so long. Well, I guess that's what we get for making a deck with all the land destruction. Double vision, deserved, brutal beatdown. Glad to see the deck's doing well, opponent. Glad to see you're enjoying it. Oh God, yeah, sure, you got us. Yeah, make that treasure. Yeah, that's fine. Oh, and we draw planes. I mean, I guess we can farewell. I guess we should have done this last turn. I've mostly just been enjoying our opponent's glorious beatdown. Opponent, Yeah, you got it. GG. Trying to play all the Titans, all 5 of them, with the help of Tiamat, which tutors up dragons. Some next level deck building here. The opponent, Aragon again. Aragon seems pretty popular. I wonder, so do you think Aragon's popular because of its design as a Magic card, or because of it being a Lord of the Rings character? I'm actually curious. So the second time we run into Aragon, it is a pretty sweet commander, but it's also an iconic character, right? Much like the first time we played Aragon, the game plan is simple. Do not let our opponent untap with Aragon, or we probably die. Aragon time? Well, that's fine. We will Mythos of Nethroi out of your Aragon. Key to the Archive's pretty busted. Not just because of the spellbook thing, but it also fixes our mana and ramps us. Well, I guess we take Regrowth. We can take Regrowth to get back the Mythos of Nethroi to kill the Aragon the next time our opponent plays it. Opponent. Ooh. All right, some ramping. Oh, that is a brutal draw. Yeah, let's Calamity Bear. Cold Steelheart. So we really don't want to play Tiamat until we find Maskwood Nexus. That's definitely next on our list. Nexus on our list. Opponent. Sometimes if we're about to die, we can just play it as a 7/7, but we literally tutor up 0 creatures unless we have Maskwood Nexus. All right, Aragon's back, draws a card. Sure. We draw a land. Do the trick. Regrowth. Get back Mythos of Nethroi. So if the Nethroi kill the Aragon. That is kind of the one issue with Aragon, right? Is like, it's a kind of expensive, and it doesn't do anything until you untap and start slinging more spells. Well, get in and hit you. Play the tap land. Mana, now perfect, thanks to World Tree, which actually also doesn't do anything unless we draw Maskwood. We really need a tutor for Maskwood Nexus. That is what we need to find. Ooh, Rith. This Tome of the Guild Pack's doing some work over there. 5 mana is a lot for a mana rock, but it is drawing a lot of cards for our opponent. Seems worth it. All right, Kenris Transformation. Elks up our Calamity Bear. Even more lands. Do we just Ruinous Ultimatum? I think we do. Like, this frees our Calamity Bear, so we get to hit for 6. I think we're kind of just all in on this Calamity Bear beatdown plan. That's the new plan. Go Calamity Bear. I mean, Calamity Bear is actually really good in our deck. It's not usually good because of this, but giving all of our other giants essentially double strike is strong. Opponent, Mareleaf Pixie. We might actually have to just cast Tiamat as a 7/7. Really? Okay. I mean, that is legal. Yeah, let's keep waiting. We're gonna be. We have principles here we need to live up to. Casting Tiamat for no value is one of them. we gotta keep waiting. There's the Aragon. I mean, we are at 25, but Aragon deals a lot of damage. And now our opponent's getting a lot of chump blockers too. Maskwood Nexus. Uro. I mean, that's something that draws us a card. Can we stop drawing lands? Well, technically, Arcane Signet is not a land. Thank you, Magic Gods. We're 1 card short in the graveyard. So, okay, we're gonna play the Tiamat for no value. Yeah, no dragons. We're playing the Tiamat to support our giants, though. We're 1 card short in our graveyard from getting back Uro, so we need to play Tiamat so we can die and choose to not put it back in the command zone so we have enough cards to get Uro back. I mean, we're at 28, so we're not dead, but this is very scary. Rada can make some mana. I mean, I guess they can only attack with Aragon, right? I mean, this is Tiamat supporting the giant plan. Not in the primary way, but it does work. Not to the command zone. Leave it in exile for escape purposes. Well, I mean, Uro draws us, so we get to draw 2 cards. We've just drawn all the mana this game. Counterspell. Well, that's not a bad one to have in our back pocket just in case. Exile everything. Get back Uro. Now we can put Tiamat in the command zone. And draw a card. I mean, not reanimating anything, but that is a 6/6 Vigilance Menace Lifelinker that's actually dealing double damage because of Calamity Bear. We're like, actually, you know what we are is we're essentially 6/6 tribal. So many of the creatures in our decks are randomly 6/6s. We really don't want to, okay, I think we don't. We want to keep the damage doubling for Crocs and Kunaros and Uro, I think. Opponent land. Well, it should be hard to die. We have a counter spell. Vivid Revival, trigger Argon, get back just Rith? Sure, that's fine. I mean, Rith does trigger 3 modes. Opponent actually can't take a hit from either 6/6 or they die. All right, opponent's gonna pump the Pixie. I mean, Rift's pretty good, but I don't think it's worth countering with 12 points of life gain on the battlefield. Like, our opponent's hitting us for 14, but then we just gain back 12 and 3 from Uro, so we're gaining 15 this turn. Ooh, Assassin's Trophy. Oh, that actually could matter. Well, let's attack and attack. Trigger Uro, draw a Mind Stone, so many mana rocks. Well, let's see how our opponent blocks. I mean, you gotta block up, oh no. Oh, opponent just chose death. Oh, that's, well, okay. Croxus and Kunaros, double damage, GG. This hand is mostly, oh, Xanathar, hooray. This hand is mostly fine because Key to the Archive ramps us into Primeval Titan. Xanathar's a scary matchup, I don't know how this goes, honestly. Island for our opponent. Opponent. Schwamp. And Mind Stone. Sure. We are off to a slow start. I mean, I guess we knew this was going to be a slow start when we kept this hand. Tap land, go. Swamp for our opponent. Little bit of ramp. Well, I mean, opponent can actually most likely play Xanathar next turn, which is kind of scary. Although Xanathar only plays off the top of our deck, so on the other hand, our deck is full of very powerful giants. This might this might be bad. Opponent opts to the top. Well, I imagine you slam Xanathar. Yup. So during our opponent's turn, they get to play off the top of our deck, and we can't do anything. Well, I guess we hope there's nothing too good on the top of our deck. What land are we playing? Yeah, let's just Mountain. Key to the Archive. So at least we get to Primeval Titan next turn. I mean, I think we gotta snap off Demonic Tutor here. That can find our Maskwood Nexus. Pitch the Towering Titan. All right, opponent. What's on the top of our deck? Oh, okay. Island, sure. Inferno Titan. That's unfortunate. That's really unfortunate because Cyclone Summoner only bounces non-giants, so even if we Cyclone Summoner, it doesn't bounce it. Wow, okay, what are the chances that one of the 5 Titans was the top card? So now I think we actually have to, I think we have to Demonic Tutor for a Wrath. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, so much damage. Oh, this hurts. We had plans, we really wanted to get our Maskwood Nexus with this, but I guess we gotta do what we gotta do, which is probably just grab Supreme Verdict and get rid of the board. Like, we gotta not die, and that is an actual risk here. We'd much rather be doing the fun thing, but if we're dead, we don't get to do the fun thing anyway, so. Well, Supreme Verdict. Blow up your Xanathar and our Inferno Titan. Xanathar. I mean, now we're not in the worst of shape, right? So we got some good giants in hand. We'll see what our opponent has. But Primeval Titan's a really good Titan. Cyclone Summoner can slow our opponent down. So opponent's kind of like a control deck, I guess. Primeval Titan, that's usually a safe choice. And Narset. Hooray. All right, opponent Narsets. Takes down, I assume. Yup. 4. Heartless Act. Oh, this is getting bad. This is getting really bad, to the point where we might just be in trouble. So we can run out Cyclone Summoner, bounce everything to just kind of reset. Our opponent can replay their board, though. Oh, no, you got a counter? Oh, no. All right. Yeah. Because we know our next giant just gets killed by Heartless Act. And they get another Narset activation. Yeah, they might have us here. Ooh, Eldest Reborn. Okay. Well, we need to find a way out of this before our opponent ultimates that Eldest Reborn. Because then they can reanimate our, who knows, Primeval Titan, Inferno Titan. Something busted from our deck. Narset, what does it find? So we basically have 2 turns. Like, if the Eldest Reborn ultimates, I think they just win. So we have 2 turns to find something. Behold the Multiverse and foretells. I wonder what they foretold. What could they possibly have foretold? All right, secluded courtyard on giant. So we have enough mana we can cultivate, flash in Theorist, although we know it just dies. So I guess we gotta draw Farewell? Farewell will get us out of it. That might be about it though. Oh, boon. And Cultivate also gives us a land that we can discard to Eldest Reborn. Opponent, gonna draw some cards with Behold the Multiverse. Ooh, 2 to the top, it's not great, not great. All right, well, this is our turn to top deck. Honestly, I think with how good our graveyard is, I think if we don't top deck an answer to Eldest Reborn, I think we're just gonna scoop. And the Xanathar. Our opponent technically doesn't have us at dead yet, but I think they've successfully gained control of the game with their control deck, where we're gonna die in the near future and there's not gonna be a reasonable way out of it. All right, yeah, and a land. Yeah, seems okay. Okay enough to keep, but not super exciting. We have a swords and a bunch of really expensive stuff. And technically we can't even cast the swords. Honestly, the more I think about this hand, well, the more I think about this hand, the more I question whether we should have actually kept it. Okay, that's actually a good draw, because now we can dig up for it plains. Gotta say I'm a little disappointed in dig up. Every time we cast Dig Up, it's actually just to get a land. We haven't actually tutored with it yet. Although someday it's going to get the Masquid Nexus and it's going to be glorious. Opponent, land, and Restoration of Iganjo. All right, gonna snag a plains. Oh, okay. Apparently our opponent is playing 1 basic plains in their 100-card singleton Restoration of Iganjo deck. Are you just... This is the worst Restoration of Iganjo ever. No planes, no reanimation. I think we actually wait and leave up the counter here. Opponent gonna flip the Saga. Sure. Well, I mean, it still becomes a 3/4 eventually. All right, opponent, what do you got? What do you got? Ooh, Sigil the Empty Throne. We're not really close to Ruinous Ultimatum. I think we're actually just gonna path this, or swords this rather. I think we have to counter the Sigil, unfortunately. Bonus scoops. Well, sometimes you play interaction and get the freebie. Just brawl things. Well, I mean, we got a bunch of giants and a Wrath and a counter that we can't cast. We haven't seen Kindred Discovery yet. It seems like it could be good, although it's probably better. It's probably better in tribes that are more aggressive while we are drawing our Titans. I will give our deck that. All right, Sauron. I'm very scared of Sauron because, ooh, Call the Ring. Very scared of Sauron because I saw it on Commander Clash and it's actually really strong. Not S tier, but it is really strong. Oh god, Nazgul. Wow. And the Call the Ring to draw a card. Well, we do have a Wrath. We're hopefully 2 turns away. Opponent, yeah, tempted by the ring. Nazgul up to a 3/4. Plays a land and another Wow, this is a scary start. Opponent, yeah, draws a card. Nazgul's up to 5 power. Okay. All right, random equipment, sure, that's fine. Give it some flying. Opponent gets in and loots, and they fully max out the. This is like turn 4. This is about the scariest Nazgul start I've seen. Opponent discards Montu's Last Reckoning. We're down to 17. I mean, okay, so we drew an untapped land, which is big. That does mean we get to Wrath next turn. So we play Celestis, play the tap land. So we're set to Wrath next turn, which hopefully Call the Ring, Temptation. Wait, we don't die this turn, do we? That doesn't seem possible. So we're taking 12? Arcane Signet, sure. I mean, as long as we get to last until we Realm Cloak Giant, we should be good. Opponent. Oh. Wow, they are really dedicated to this ring temptation. Birthday Escape. Tempted. Draws. Call the Ring. Draws. Wait, that's 16. Are we just in a golem? Wow. That's just a straight up turn 5 Nazgul kill. No shenanigans, just like get tempted a bunch and play 2 Nazguls. Nazguls are actually like kind of good, aren't they? Wow, down to 1, and then yeah, we take 3 from the ring. That was really impressive. Well, all right. GG Nazguls. The sand ramps a lot, so we'll keep it. Also, we have Fire Giant's Fury, which someday I would like to see go off. Oh boy, that is the perfect draw, Maskwood Nexus. Maskwood Nexus is, when we draw that, our deck can do cool things. Horn of the Mark, eh? So our opponent a token deck? Yeah, the games where we have Maskwood Nexus are so funny with this deck. The other games, they're still fine. Not quite as spectacular. Jury, eh? Well, playing a land on Giant, and I guess Chromatic Lantern is ramp spell number 1. It might actually be possible that we end up kicking this Skyclave Relic Springleaf Drum for our opponent. So opponent's on Slimefoot and Squee, which is kind of like token Reanimator, I guess. Opponent plays the Slimefoot and Squee. How do we want to do this? So this turn we Binding, blow up the Slimefoot and Squee. Next turn, we can Maskwood Nexus, and then the following turn get all the Titans with Tiamat. About it. Ooh, Parallel Lives. Okay. Opponent's deck looks sweet. It does look like Slimefoot and Squee tokens. That's a cool way. Mostly I've only played against Slimefoot and Squee a couple of times. Seems like usually people go super Reanimatory with it, but this seems more of a token build. Well, grab a land. We're gonna leave the Triumphs because we might want to cycle. Yeah, play the Maskwood Nexus. Everything's a giant now. All right, don't blow up our Maskwood Nexus, opponent. Anything but that. All right, Slimefoot and Squee. Sure, sack it, reanimate, get in. Well, we drew the Primeval Titan, which I guess means maybe we just do that. I mean, Tiamat gets Primeval Titan. That's like our best Titan to get. So if we play the land Primeval Titan, play the Skyclave with no kicker, we just get to do the World Tree thing, right? I think next turn. The World Tree thing is basically unbeatable. It is basically unbeatable. All right, we'll get a World Tree. Yeah, this will be even better. Last time we got to do the World Tree thing, we had all of our Titans in our hand because of Tiamat. This time they're gonna be in our deck, so we're gonna get all the triggers. Ooh, Bolus's Citadel. All right, opponent. How many cards can we play? Just one? All right, opponent gets in. Slimefoot, yep. And I guess they want it to die, but we're gonna block anyway. Opponent, how do you feel about us putting every giant into play at once? Land, World Tree. How many giants do we get this time? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. All right, 24. We get a Primeval Titan. Yes! Yes! An opponent doesn't even let the triggers resolve, scoops it up. Well, is the deck good? Is the deck hilarious? Yes, for sure. So what did we learn this week about 5-color giants in Historic Brawl? And overall, the deck actually worked pretty well. So I think we were right around 50% win percentage. Sadly, Historic Brawl doesn't go on the tracker, so I don't know the exact record, but it felt like we were right around 50-50 with the matches I played with the deck. So it turns out giants can be pretty powerful. If there's a downside to the deck, it can also be pretty slow. We really need to hit ramp in the early game because giants, it turns out, are pretty expensive, and our commander is pretty expensive. So if we don't have any ramp spells, we can just draw like a bunch of 6-drops and not really do much and get run over by aggro. But when the deck works, it is super hilarious. The Titans by themselves are all really good. The Maskwood Nexus combo plan is absolutely hilarious, and it's actually not that hard to pull off. We pulled it off multiple times. We did get super wrecked by Elish Norn once. Turns out Elish Norn shutting down ETBs kind of just hard locks giants out of the game, and we couldn't find a removal spell. But the deck actually was pretty functional. It was super fun, and the big combo turns are just absolutely hilarious. So yes, it takes some work, but I think that Tiamat actually might be the best giant commander, as weird as that sentence sounds. So anyway, that is all the Titans. That is Tiamat Giants. That's been our deck for today. Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will talk to you soon. Looking for even more magic? Well, check out the video where we played every single land destruction spell that exists on Magic Arena in the same deck, or maybe the one about the most expensive card from every year of Magic the Gathering.